Hello, welcome back to the Road to Episode 8, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 8 in December 2017. And in this one there's not too much to talk about, but it's just mainly stuff about the production that's going on now with Episode 8 and some little bits of information I wanted to talk about, the title, some more set stuff, so let's just get right into it. A few videos ago I showed you some pictures of some set pieces that have been put up in Dubrovnik in Croatia. We've now seen some pictures and images of those things that are kind of added onto the buildings in Dubrovnik in the streets, and we can see these neon lights which look really cool, and instantly my brain, my kind of fanboyish brain, went instantly to some kind of scene where like Luke takes Rey to this planet and he's like, you want to be careful here, things can get a little rough, you know. But I actually have some information about who may or may not be on those Croatia sets. I'll get to that in just a second. We've also seen images of this, which appears to be a set that's been built on Pinewood that replicates the location that we saw at the end of The Force Awakens, where they filmed on Skellig Michael on that island in Ireland. And so, yeah, it seems like they're replicating some of that location on Pinewood Studios because, of course, there's been a lot of controversy about them filming there because it is this, like, national heritage site and they want everything to be perfectly, you know, done and nothing disturbed and everything like that, and so that when they leave, no traces of a film crew is there because it's a very important historical place. But apparently there's been a bit of controversy about, you know, the way things have been left, so I don't know. And obviously it's just a lot more convenient to film this on a set. So it seems like they've built it. You can see the hut, which looks very similar to one of the kind of little building thingies that are on the island at the end of The Force Awakens. So that's one thing. Apparently there's been some crew spotted in Ireland as well, so they're filming over there too. I mean, it's a European, Ryan Johnson's European vacation, you know, all sorts of stuff going on in Croatia, in England, in Ireland, and also it's been confirmed, though not fully, but it appears as if wherever this stuff is in Croatia is not a place that Rey will be a part of in the film, because Daisy Ridley, she's not in Croatia. She's not getting ready to go to Croatia. She's in LA. She's living it up. She's being groomed by the Hollywood, the Hollywood machine. She was at the Oscars, of course, presenting an award, and was there obviously because Star Wars is up for a load of awards as well. Well, she wasn't going to be accepting anything, but of course, you know, J.J. Abrams was there, Daisy Ridley was there, that was the Star Wars presence and stuff, and she presented an award, and so she's rubbing shoulders with all the Hollywood legends now. She's kind of being ingratiated into that side of the business. It seems like Hollywood is very interested in her now that she is, of course, the star of the biggest movie in American history. Why wouldn't they be interested in her? And apparently she's recorded a duet with Barbra Streisand, so yeah, here's a picture of the two together. Her career is really, I think, it's going to be interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine, like, who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the one? In the past two Star Wars trilogies, there has been a one. The original trilogy, we had Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher. Harrison Ford was the one. He went to do Indiana Jones, he went on to do Blade Runner, to do all these films and be so successful and be one of the Hollywood legends that he is today. Look at the prequel trilogy. We had Hayden Christensen, Jake Lloyd, Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman was the one. She went on to win an Oscar. She went on to be this huge actress. She is in all these big films, the Marvel movies, the critically acclaimed films like Black Swan. Fantastic actress, big star. So who's going to be the big breakout star of the sequel trilogy? Again, Oscar Isaac. I mean, he's done a lot of great films, and he's been in these Oscar-nominated films and things like that. Oscar-winning films, in fact, Ex Machina. And yeah, so he's kind of already on his way. He was in Dry, he's in lots of great films. He's a fantastic actor. But who's going to be that big star? And I'm looking at John Boyega, I'm looking at Daisy Ridley, and I have to go with Daisy, I think. But then you just don't know. You don't know how it's going to pan out. Does it really matter? I don't know. But it's fun for me to think about these kind of things, like who's going to be the breakout star from Star Wars, and then they're going to be able to break out of that shadow of being in Star Wars, because it really does feel like Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Hayden Christensen. Actually, forget Hayden Christensen, we'll just throw him to one side. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, great actors. They never quite seem to push past the Star Wars shadow, you know, and it feels like now that they've definitely kind of settled into just embracing that. But Mark Hamill, I will still stand by as a great actor who never really got his due. You know, he's been in some great films, or he's given some great performances in films that I've seen after Star Wars, and also he's a fantastic voiceover artist, which I don't think a lot of people give him credit for, or even realise that he did those things. You know, a lot of people seem to think Mark Hamill just kind of faded out after Star Wars and never did anything again because you know, he wasn't good enough or anything like that. But he has been working pretty steadily since Return of the Jedi, and he's a great actor. fantastic actor. Look at his scene in The Force Awakens. Tell me he's not a great actor. And Carrie Fisher, I thought she was great in The Force Awakens as well. I need to get off that and carry on with the task at hand, what we're talking about, Episode 8. Yeah, so Daisy Ridley is in LA. See how it all came full circle there? I didn't plan that. That was very smooth look. Yeah, it wasn't smooth. Daisy Ridley's in LA right now. She was interviewed, and the person who interviewed her said that she said she was not going to be going to Croatia to film. So it isn't the planet that Luke and Ray... I mean, it didn't seem like it was going to be, because it had these buildings and stuff, and the planet Luke and Ray are on at the end of The Force Awakens looks very much like a desolate planet again. Much like Tatooine, but with an ocean instead, and little islands and things like that. But yeah, she will not be there in Croatia to film, so that's interesting. Also, the title. Let's talk about... Actually, no, we'll leave that for the end. One more thing, Pablo Hidalgo, who is the, I guess he's the head of the Lucasfilm Story Group. Again, I've talked about this before, if you haven't heard about it, very briefly. The Lucasfilm Story Group is a group of people who make sure that the canon of Star Wars is all in order. You know, they've reset it, they've junked all the expanded universe. They're releasing new books now which are part of canon, apparently, you know, whatever that means. I'm not really too precious about canon and things like that. For me, the films are the films, and that's pretty much it. They're the film. The other bits and pieces, they're fun, but yeah, canon, non-canon, I don't really care, to be honest. Either way, so he kind of is the head of, like, if you have any questions, he will answer them on Twitter, presumably, seemingly, from what I've seen. And he has said that Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke are not Sith. People have been saying, well, they might be Sith, you know. They're not. He said that they're Darthless, if you will. So yeah, Snoke ain't a Sith. Kylo ain't a Sith, so that's that kind of. I kind of gathered that, you know, when Maz was saying, you know, oh, there's always been things like first it was the Sith, then the Empire, and now this, you know. So yeah, I never really had them down as Sith per se. It seemed like that was more of a past tense thing. So that's another thing to talk about. And yeah, finally the title of the film. People have been talking about what is the title of the film going to be. You know, when are we gonna hear about it? When's it going to be announced? When are we gonna be? You know, I'm not too bothered. I can wait. You know, but I was thinking maybe they might announce it at Celebration in London in July. But at the same time, we didn't hear about The Force Awakens until I think it was September, the year before. So that's like October, November. It's about 14, 15 months out from the release of the film. So we still got a ways to go yet. I don't think they're going to be dropping the title of the film anytime soon. People have been trying to fabricate fake ones. I've seen Star Wars Episode VIII, The Tale of the Jedi Temple. Sounds a bit more like a book to me. There was Star Wars, The Order of no, was it the not the Order of the, I forget what it was now. The Order of the Dark Side. It's kind of cool, but it didn't seem to fit. And then the latest one is someone's taken a picture of it and made it really blurry, like, ooh, it's leaked, when it's just it's fake, you know. It's Star Wars, A Storm of Knights. It just sounds like a Game of Thrones book. So there we go. No title information, just fake stuff being leaked out. You know, again, they probably don't even have a title for the film yet. You know, it happens, and they have different things that they kind of, you know, they move around and stuff, and the last thing they're probably thinking about right now is the title of the bloody thing. Unless they've got it figured out, which they might do as well, but I wouldn't worry about that too much right now for people who are getting a little antsy about it that I've seen on the internet. And that's about it for this one. Not an epically long one like last time. So yeah, some more little bits coming out. Seems to be a lot more news, and again, Daisy Ridley said in an interview that she feels like Rian Johnson is being a bit more freer with, you know, posting little, you know, fun little pictures and stuff, and leaking little well, not leaking, but like, you know, like the pictures that he's been posting and things like that. And she feels like it's a bit more of a freer atmosphere in terms of things being shown, like you know, like Mark and Carrie Fisher's chair with Star Wars Episode VIII on it and stuff like that. So it is definitely the veil of secrecy has been pulled back a tiny bit, but we still can't really even see the feet underneath it. But it's not as much as it was with The Force Awakens, and so there'll be a lot more probably to cover in this series than there was with The Force Awakens. So more to come, I'm sure, very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.